What's up, YouTube? Eugene here. Hope you're all well. Gonna continue with the theme of Dior for the month of February. We're almost over, so we're gonna move on to something after this. But I've got a couple of more things that I want to discuss before we leave Dior alone. And I honestly I can't. I'm looking forward to the next month and. Really looking forward to start wearing other things because I've worn nothing but MAISON CHRISTIAN DIOR for the month or La Collection Prive. And today we're going to be looking at Spice Blend. So this is not the latest release, but I believe it's the second last released before Rouge Trafalgar. And in my opinion, like, I haven't smelt Purple Oud and Santal Noir yet because they're not available here. I do have a bottle of Santal Noir. I've been able to source one, a tester bottle, so I'll be getting that soon, and I'm going to share it with you guys, my impressions. But I've yet to smell it. I've yet to smell Purple Oud. They're just not available here. So apart from those, this to me is the most interesting thing in not La Collection Prive, but MAISON CHRISTIAN DIOR. And, apart from the things that were carried over from the old collection. So a lot of the new things are, they're all very same and easy to wear and stuff like that. But I think this one really stands out in the collection. So interesting I say that. It stands out in this collection, but this doesn't really stand out in the world of perfumery. As much as I do like this, my issue with this is it's not the most unique thing I've come across. And that's just something that we've come to know or expect from Francois Demachy. I promise this won't be a Francois bashing video. We've done enough of that this month, but I find him to be underwhelming in a lot of his releases, underwhelming in his vision, his creativity, his whatever it is that he's trying to push out. He doesn't push the boundaries like he used to, nor does it seem like he really cares to. And I didn't really find this one to push many boundaries either, as much as I like what it is and how it wears, and it's crafted really nicely. But even for himself, this isn't unique. Like, he's done this theme before with Mitza in that dry, dusty, that patchouli, powdery frankincense theme. So this is kind of, it's a theme on that sort of fragrance. Obviously, it's not the same as Mitza. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying it's in that family. So this, to me, this was inspired by a bay rum bottle that his father used to have in the cabinet, along with some spices. And this isn't an abstract perfume. Everything they tell you is in the note pyramids you can pretty much find in this. This is almost like an impressionist painting or something. Whatever notes Dior or you can find on the databases provide, you can find all of those in here. But this to me is a benzoin bomb. I'm not sure what genre they classify this. I've stopped following or just believing everything they tell us. This to me is a spicy oriental through and through. They call a lot of things chypre, which are not a chypre. You can't create a chypre with no oak moss, or even a synthetic oak moss, which I find none of, and they're calling chypre. So, I'm going to classify this as a spicy oriental, which is a benzoin bomb. So it is inspired by Francois's father's bottle of bay rum, and there is this Boozy Rum Accord in here, but to me, I've almost lost, I've lost kind of picture of that. It used to bother me in the beginning when I first met this perfume, and I didn't like that rum. I don't like Boozy Accords. I find them slightly sweet, which this is, but this is also kind of weirdly oceanic for me. But like I said, I've lost sight of that bay rum accord, because all it is really is a cover up for the for the benzoin in here, they've really like dosed the benzoin in heavy concentrations in here, and just kind of wanted to mask it with, it's almost animalic. The benzoin is just like completely saturated with benzoin, and to cover it up, they've added this sweetness, which they're claiming to be, bay rum. So I definitely get that, and I get a lot of the spices. None of the spices really stand out, and there'll be times where something will pop here, something will pop there, and they just kind of interplay with each other. So it is quite spicy in a masculine way. There's pepper and nutmeg and cinnamon, clove, and they're all really dry spices. The one that really stands out for me is, I love green coriander, and it's the same spice used by Demachy and Mitza, and it's almost like he's rehashed all of those spices and brought them to life again. So those spices will play, and I'll get kind of a tobacco accord, slight tobacco accord to join with the patchouli. A lot of patchouli in here, I find, and it's that dry, dusty, scratchy, almost powdery type of patchouli with a little bit of greenness. And that all really sets you up for the base of, it's this really sweet benzoin, almost like a benzoin cookie or a vanilla cookie. But there's also this ambery incense. I get a lot of golden hues, almost like this golden halo of incense, frankincense, dry, dusty notes. But yeah, mostly with that, that benzoin, vanilla amber, and that is what really finishes this off. It's the whole fragrance is, it's warm and spicy, it's fresh and spicy. There's some ginger in here, and the ginger really plays with that rum, and it gives it some freshness. But it's dry. It's a very dry fragrance, which I love. And that kind of contrasts the way, the sweetness. It's quite sweet from that rum, but the dryness kind of takes away from that sweetness. But what really stands out is, just that golden, dry, powdery halo. And if you've never really tried Mitza and you feel like, you want to give it a test shot, or it's something that you've always, wanted to try or get to know, I think if you try Spice Blend, it'll give you kind of an idea of what Mitza used to be. Mitza is always going to be held in high esteem amongst perfumista, and for good reason. It's an excellent perfume, but I think overall this is an excellent perfume. It wears well. It's crafted really good. I really enjoy wearing it. I love wearing it. I think it's probably the one I've worn most for the month, along with Bois d'Argent. But this is really well crafted, really well made, wears excellently. Like, I love golden powdery ambers and orientals and spicy orientals. The only thing, I would score this a 4 out of 5, and the only reason it loses, or I would dock it a point, is because it's not unique. I've smelt aspects of this. This is definitely not a clone of anything, but I've smelt aspects of it here and there. Spice bombs come to mind. I've heard other people say spice bomb. It doesn't have that bubblegum sweetness of spice bomb, but the other benzoin bomb, Grand Soir, comes to mind, and Mitza. So I'd kind of say those three mostly come to mind, and for that reason, I wouldn't call this, I wouldn't score this perfect. Other than that, I love it. Love wearing it. I'm glad that Demachy's kind of gone against, he's taken a different route, and this could be a sign. I'm hoping for it to be a sign of, good things coming from Christian Dior, apart from a lot of those freshies and very easy to wear fruity florals and fritulis, which I hope he's done with, but that would be wonderful. So there you go, spice blend. Oh, also the name, the naming, it goes hand in hand with the naming of a lot of the other Diors, like Lucky Hour, Happy Hour, Lucky, or just these really basic English names, which I don't expect from a fine French perfume brand, especially Christian Dior. They've had some great names in the past, but I'm not thrilled about the naming of this. It's a little bit childish, tacky. I don't know. That's how I see it, but I can get past the name with a great perfume, which I think this really is. So there you go, the Golden Halo. 4 out of 5 for spice blend. And I'd like, now that he's given us a nice spicy oriental, I'm satisfied in that category. I'd like to see some other things, maybe another leather or a real Chypre. Who knows? But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching and supporting and loving, and we'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.